Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace and blessings be upon you. Good evening, teachers, staff, school board, and all respected guests. I'm so honored and excited to introduce this year's Iftar dinner. As many of you may know, we did this program for the first time last year. This event has been a leader of passion for the students as we are given the opportunity to run this program alongside the parents and other volunteers. We hope that tonight you join us in a spirit of togetherness and community as we share our traditions and, of course, delicious food. Now, to begin, I would like to introduce Musa Shah to the podium to recite a short chapter of the Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لم يكن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين منفكين حتى تأتيهم البينة رسول من الله يتلو صحفا مطهرة فيها كتب قيمة وما تفرق الذين أوتوا الكتاب إلا من بعد ما جاءتهم البينة وما أمروا إلا ليعبدوا الله مخلصين له الدين حنفاء ويقيموا الصلاة ويؤتوا الزكاة وذلك دين القيمة إن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين في نار جهنم خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك لمن خشي ربه إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك هم خير البرية جزاؤهم عند ربهم جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك لمن خشي ربه.
Great job, Musa. All right, so to tell the translation of the gorgeous recitation, I'd like to call up Simra Azim, who will be telling us the translation.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you all. My name is Simra Azim, and I'm here to provide you with the translation of what you just heard. Surah Bayina, meaning the evidence, is the 98th chapter of the Quran, and it has 8 verses. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Those who disbelieved among the people of the book and the polytheists were not going to desist from disbelief until the clear evidence came to them. A messenger from Allah, reciting scrolls of utmost purity containing upright commandments. Neither did the people of the book become divided about his prophethood until this clear evidence came to them. Even though they were only commanded to worship Allah alone with sincere devotion to Him in all uprightness, establish prayer, and pay alms tax. That is the correct way of religion. Indeed, those who disbelieve from the people of the book and the polytheists will be in the fire of hell to stay there forever. They are the worst of all beings. Those who believe and act righteously are the best of all beings. Their reward with their Lord will be the gardens of eternity beneath which rivers flow to live there everlastingly. Allah is pleased with them and they are pleased with Him. This is only for those who are in awe of their Lord. That's it. Thank you for having me.
Good evening and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let me introduce myself first, I guess. My name is Sayyid Azim. By profession, I'm a physician at Stony Brook Hospital, and I'm a professor at the Stony Brook University and the president of the Mount Sinai Muslim Center. It is my honor and privilege and with pleasure to welcome all of you on this very special occasion at the Mount Sinai Muslim Center to have Iftar with the Mount Sinai School District. I get excited when I see teachers, educators, because I believe that you place a very very important role at the very earliest age of development in the child age. Two of my sons who graduated from Sinai School District. So I know the school district very well. I still have my daughter, Simra Azim. She was here just a few minutes ago. She is still, I'm still very familiar with this Sinai School District. And I have a very good memories from last year also when you guys were here. So this is an opportunity for us to tell everyone that how Ramadan is important in our life. And this is also an opportunity for all of us to share the values, to know each other, to network each other, and to go from here with the good memories. With this, once again, I'm thankful for all of you to be here. You took your time off and come over here, and I believe you will have an enjoyable evening and a great Iftar and great food with us. Thank you so much for coming once again. Let's the program going.
Now I'd like to call up the Superintendent, Dr. Crucioni, to give us a few words as our guest.
Good evening, everyone. Ramadan Mubarak. I'm truly honored to be here with you tonight, sharing this special Iftar meal. Thank you for welcoming us into your community and for allowing us to take part of this meaningful tradition. Ramadan is a time of reflection, gratitude, and generosity, values that resonate deeply in education and in our district. As I look around this room, I see families, students, and community members united not just by faith, but by kindness, respect, and a shared commitment to making our community stronger. At Mount Sinai, we strive to create a welcoming and inclusive environment for all of our students. Events like tonight's remind us of the importance of understanding one another, embracing different traditions, and fostering a sense of belonging for every child and family. Thank you for inviting me to break fast with you this evening. It is a privilege to be part of this moment, and I look forward to continuing our work together to support all our students and families in our district. Ramadan Kareem, and may this month bring you peace and blessings.
Thank you so much, Dr. Crucioni, for that beautiful speech. Now I'd like to call up some of our students who would like to share with you the importance of Ramadan to them and their experiences. First, I'd like to call up Yusuf Elbahi.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy, and blessings of God be upon you all. To the respected Superintendent, Board of Education members, principals, teachers, and families, it is with great pleasure and gratitude that we welcome you all to the Mount Sinai Muslim Center this evening. It's truly a privilege to have you join us on this very special occasion during the blessed month of Ramadan. We hope tonight will be an opportunity for you to learn more about this month. Ramadan is a very spiritual time for Muslims around the world. It's a month of fasting, reflection, self-discipline, and most importantly, a reconnection of growth with our Creator. From dawn to sunset, we fast, abstaining from food and water. This isn't a hardship, but rather an act of devotion and gratitude. Purifying our hearts, thoughts, is another goal of fasting, in addition to physical restraint. We make an effort to control our ideas, words, and deeds, avoiding negativity, anger, and rumors. Fasting teaches us patience and empathy for those who are less fortunate. Our day begins with an early pre-dawn meal called sahur, where we eat and drink before the fast begins. We carry out our daily responsibilities, whether they be work, school, or other obligations, but with an increased feeling of purpose and focus. We pray more frequently, recite the Quran, and look for methods to improve ourselves. We break our fast with a meal known as Iftar when the sun sets. This is an opportunity to express appreciation and to be reminded of the blessings we often take for granted. We perform our evening prayer known as Isha after Iftar, and then a unique night prayer called Tarawih, where we hear and recite passages from the Quran. Giving is another focus for this month. This month, charity is encouraged and plays a significant role. Donations, providing food for the hungry, or just acts of kindness are all examples. cleaning our own selfishness and greed from our hearts, and developing a deeper sense of care for others. I can keep going on with all the wonderful things this month provides, but we will be here until midnight, and yeah, we don't want it. So, the most important thing throughout this month is to strengthen our relationship with God, our families, and our communities, working on becoming a better version of ourselves, seeking for forgiveness, whether that's to God, family, or friends, and committing to a positive change. Tonight, we invite you to experience a part of this beautiful tradition with us. We hope this evening fosters understanding and appreciation. Please feel at home, and if you have any questions about Ramadan, fasting, or our faith, please do not hesitate to ask. Once again, we are truly grateful to have you here for this special occasion. May this evening be filled with warmth and unity. Thank you.
So great job, Yusuf. Now I'd like to call Ibrahim Chaudhry, who is going to share some of his own words about Ramadan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am, as she just mentioned, my name is Ibrahim Chaudhry, and I have been a student at Mount Sinai School District for over 10 years now. First, I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. It truly means a lot to me, my community, and my mosque that you've taken the time to join us for this special moment of breaking fast together. When people think of Ramadan, they view it as a time of fasting, prayer, and self-reflection. But for me, it goes much deeper than just some abstaining from food and water from sunrise to sunset. It's a time when I feel the strongest connection to my faith, my values, and the people around me. Internally, Ramadan is a reset. It's a chance to step away from daily distractions and reflect on who I am and who I want to be. When I fast, I'm reminded of patience, discipline, and gratitude. I become more aware of the little things I often take for granted, like a sip of water, a meal with loved ones, or just the simple privilege of knowing where my next meal will come from. But more than anything, Ramadan strengthens my heart. It's a time of kindness, generosity, and self-improvement. It teaches me to be mindful of my actions and how they affect others. When I feel hunger or thirst during the day, it's not just about waiting for Iftar. It's about understanding the struggles of those who go without every single day. That awareness pushes me to be more compassionate and to give back in any way I can. Tonight is special because we get to share a part of Ramadan with all of you. Breaking fast together isn't just about eating. It's about community, understanding, and unity. So thank you for being here, for sharing this experience with us, and for allowing me to share a little bit about what Ramadan means to me. I hope you enjoyed the meal, the company, and the spirit of this evening. Thank you.
Great job, Ibrahim. That was really cool. And someone else who'd like to share her own experiences about Ramadan and also share her own journey with mindfulness during this month is Simra Ali, who will be coming up here now.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you. My name is Simra Ali, and I'm honored to share what Ramadan means to me. For those who don't know me, I'm in 11th grade and the treasurer of student government and the executive officer of Best Buddies. Like many students, I juggle school, extracurriculars, and responsibilities. Over time, I've realized that Ramadan is more than just fasting. It's about discipline, self-reflection, and spiritual growth. And I learned that firsthand just last week. Let me set the scene. It was the third day of Ramadan, and I walked into school knowing I had a double period chemistry test, a pre-calculus test, and an AP biology test. What a wonderful assortment of stress, wouldn't you agree? Normally this happens every month or so, but this week was different. I couldn't eat or drink water and have been up since 5 in the morning after Sari, the pre-dawn meal, squeezing in extra study time after a long night of preparation. First up was chemistry. I walked in, took a deep breath, and tackled the exam. Felt good. Then pre-calculus, not bad. Later, AP Bio. I was in the zone until it happened. I looked down at my wrist, and my friendship bracelet was gone. The one that I shared with none other than Aisha Shah right over there. Now, losing bracelet may seem small, but after hours of testing, no food, no water, and sheer exhaustion, it was my tipping point. Next was A push. Normally, frustration would have taken over. Maybe I would have snapped at a friend or broken a pencil. But then I reminded myself, Even though my stomach was growling and my head was pounding, I remembered why I was fasting in the first place. I remembered, okay. Ramadan isn't just about hunger or thirst, it's about pushing through difficulties with patience and perseverance. It's about training the soul to be stronger than the body. It's about finding peace in discomfort and to remain grounded even when faced with challenges. I took a deep breath, I refocused, and instead of letting my frustration control me, I chose resilience. That moment taught me that discipline isn't just about avoiding food and water, it's about strengthening the mind and the heart. It's about being mindful of how we react in situations and how we treat others and how we choose to carry ourselves even when no one is watching. Because at the end of the day, fasting doesn't just test our ability to endure, it transforms us. It reminds us that we are capable of more than what we think. With discipline, patience, and faith, we overcame challenges not just in Ramadan, but in every aspect of life. So I finished my test, I didn't let frustration win, and as I walked out of that classroom, I felt something better than a good grade. I felt growth. And that to me is what is Ramadan truly about. I hope my experience has helped you understand what Ramadan means to me and how it shapes my character. Thank you for your time and support.
Beautiful speech, Simra. And someone else who has beautiful words is Ava Termizi. She'll be coming up here with a poem about Ramadan that she wrote all by herself. Ava?
Termizi, and I would love to recite this poem I made. It's called Ramadan. Wake up early, it's time to fast. Don't you eat till dawn has passed. You'll be tempted to take a bite, but you'll have to wait till almost night. Later on, have a feast, but don't you eat like a beast. Don't miss your prayers when fasting. Allah will give you all you're asking. Thank Allah for the food you ate, but go to bed so you don't wake up late.
All right, I think we can all agree that that was the highlight of the evening. And I know you guys are really hungry, so we're going to be closing up shop in just a little bit. I'd like to call up Dr. Muhammad Samin so he can give the thank you and also answer any questions you may or may not have.
I begin with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, which means I begin in the name of Allah, the most merciful and the most benevolent. Respected Superintendent Dr. Crescioni, President of the School Board Paul Scott, beloved teachers who are all here, I'm really so happy. This moment fills me with joy for many reasons. The obvious reason, it's time to break the fast. And that's the best part of the day, believe me. What gives me even more joy is the opportunity to break fast with your neighbors, your friends, and also people that we adore. Many of you may not be aware, but again, I have 4 children. One is still too young, but 2 others go to Mount Sinai. One is in high school, one is in elementary. And they come home and we listen to their voices and what they speak. My daughter talks about what she learned. And every moment, our children are learning something in school, something that is nurturing them. And I have nothing but thanks to say for all the great work our teachers are doing. Let's give them a good big hand. I really can't thank you enough. Whether it is math, whether it is physics, whether it is history, you inspire our own children, and we are really cognizant of that, and we want to honor and thank you tonight. Secondly, Ramadan itself is something that I'm sure everybody has spoken about, but it's something that has spanned not just generations, not just centuries, but through hundreds and thousands of years, as the Quran says, that we have prescribed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran says that we have prescribed fasting like we have prescribed for generations and nations before you. So you will notice that any faith, they have some form of fasting. Whether we have Christians, we have Jews, I'm from India originally, and they're mostly pagan, but even they have some form of fasting, which goes to say that fasting is something that has been prescribed and has gone through generations and through different faiths and nations, again signifying the fact that no matter who we are children of the same Father. We relate to one another, and this is another opportunity to sit and to relate and break bread. With that, I'm not going to bore you, but just like tradition from before, I just want to open the podium in an informal way, just like last time, so that if you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer before we begin. We have another about 10 minutes. Any questions, anything you'd like to ask, or something that we can do better next time? Something about the iftars or the morning. Sure. The actual fast is a very simple thing. Basically, in the morning, before the sun rises, you stop eating. And then through the day, the whole idea is, number one, obviously, you don't eat and drink. And what you learn is to hold yourself from your desires. Everything, whether it is you're having an argument and rather than fighting with the other guy, you hold yourself back. Which includes, of course, there's something delicious there, you hold yourself back. Rather than speaking out in an expletive, you hold your words, watch your tongue, everything. So this is something that you're practicing. And the recommended age to begin is somewhere in adolescence. When you have the strength and the ability to fast, you begin fasting. It becomes obligatory when you are an adult, which is like 17 or 18. So there are no specific rituals other than the prayers that we do in the morning after we finish our early morning food, which is around 4:45. At around 5 and somewhere around 5 and 6 before the sun rises, we have our first prayer, and which is the same for everyone. And then there's the afternoon prayer, then there is the evening prayer, and then there's the night prayer. 5 total. So this process continues whether it is Ramadan or it is not Ramadan. It's a part and parcel of our lives. And the children learn, first they see, there's no obligation. But my son, who is 11, he tries. He did like 11 days and then said, I gotta take a break, which is absolutely fine. But my older daughter, she is 16 and she does fast. They have exceptions during the time that they have their periods, they take a break. Women are given or allowed that they are permitted. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for the question.
Now, anybody else have a question? I do. So, as a doctor, we want to ask you, what are the health benefits of fasting?
Wow. A very good question. It's interesting. Even the Quran puts a statement that fasting is good for you if you only knew. There has been enough research, and now I'm speaking from a medical perspective, to give it a little more description. A few years ago, a scientist took 2 monkeys. He put them in a cage. One was given food, and he could have whatever he wanted. And specifically, by the way, this was being done to test for sodas. That was the purpose. But again, that monkey could eat whatever it wanted. It could drink whatever it wanted. Soda, no problem. Water, no problem. Whatever it wants, it would get it, and it would eat to its full. The other monkey was given a rationed amount of food, calculated. Sometime later, the monkey which had everything started to gain weight. Both monkeys were supposed to there was a session of training where they would learn new tricks. The monkey that had everything now had to take a nap. So he would skip those sessions. Then, as time went by, in medical terms, we learned that he developed sleep apnea and he would be sleepy all day. And even if they tried to teach him the tricks, he would forget. The other monkey would be waiting, ready for the next one because he was expecting something would come, food. Time passed. The monkey that would eat now started to lose its hair. The other monkey had a very nice, fresh coat of hair, looked nice and shiny, always ready to learn more tricks. More time passed by, and the monkey that had everything actually aged faster than the other monkey. These are physical characteristics, but what we do is not just for the physical benefit, but also for the spiritual benefit. Even more, I forget the name of the person. He was from Japan. He was given a Nobel Prize for research where a concept called autophagocytosis was described. When the body starves, it goes through a process where it eats its own cells. It identifies old cells and it actually eats it. That's why it's called autophagocytosis. It eats its own older cells, making space for new cells to come. And this now has found importance, especially in cancer and other diseases, where usually when cells become old, their DNA starts to degenerate, and the opportunity for that cell to turn cancerous increases. That's new research. So there are benefits. There are so many benefits, but the most important benefit is the spiritual awakening, the ability to control your desires. Today we live in a generation where we want it. I want it right now. The ability to hold yourself, saying, it's okay. Let me work hard for something else. What I can get it down the road. It's okay if I don't get it right now. Something I think our teenagers and youth should learn. We break at sundown. It can change, and we follow the lunar calendar. So if you're aware, the lunar calendar is about 11 days less than the solar calendar. So because of that, time shifts, meaning right now the Ramadan program is in the winter, or almost spring. But 10 years ago, it was in the middle of summer when sundown would be almost like 8:30. So the day would stretch for 16 hours, and that was tough. Now it gets easier because now the day is shorter. So it is sundown. It is not exactly the time 7, but it is whatever time there is a sunset, you break your fast. So whether the person is in a forest, he's in a desert, you don't need like a watch. You can see the sun and then you can break your fast or even begin your fast. One more question.
We didn't talk about a person if he's sick. What about the fast?
Fasting, obviously, there is many, are clearly, this is for the person who is able to fast. So there is a big leeway, whether someone is sick, whether someone is traveling, or you are in a situation, for example, a lady may be pregnant, maybe a lady may be breastfeeding. So there are areas where clearly you have an excuse where you're excused from fasting.
All right, thank you so much. So we're going to break the fast when the sun does set. So now we're handing out dates, and in a little bit we're going to call up Aisha Shah, and she's going to teach us so we can break our fasts together.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aisha Shah, and I will be sharing the steps that we as Muslims follow when breaking our fasts. Thank you. We begin by reciting a short prayer or dua to express our gratitude. Allahumma inni laka sumtu wa bika amantu wa alayka tawakkaltu wa ala rizqika aftartu. This means, O Allah, I have fasted for you, I believe in you, I trust in you, and with your sustenance I break my fast. We then say Bismillah, which means in the name of Allah, and before eating a date or drinking the water. And then this is following the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Once we have broken our fast, we will pause for prayer, and after that, food will be served, with the men receiving their meals in the hallway to the right and the women receiving their food to the back. Thank you so much. I hope you all enjoy your meal, and thank you for joining our iftar.
Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah. Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah. Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah. Every time when I'm awake, all things that I see, I know it's hard to believe, but it's from the Almighty. When the leaves fall from the tree, every plant that grows on land, when the waves flow in the sea, it's by His command. Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah. Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah.
It's been a pleasure coming here tonight. I mean, we came here last year. It was a wonderful experience to share with a portion of the community that I think some people don't even realize is there and as big and flourishing as it is. Come here and engage in the culture and the food. It's wonderful. We look forward to it every year.
I didn't really have an expectation, but it was a beautiful prayer, and I very much enjoyed the prayers, and the food was wonderful. And I want to thank you. I feel honored that you included me.
I don't know what I expected, but it was a very nice experience. Actually, I really want to thank you for welcoming us and making us more aware of what happens behind the door, and I just really feel thankful of being included and positive experience. Thank you.
Hello. I've gotten very good feedback so far. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, I love your food. It's so flavorful," and I was like, "It really wasn't that." Hi, say Simran.
Hey guys, I'm Simran.
Thank you for having us. This was a wonderful event, and we're so happy to celebrate with our Muslim community. Thank you again for having us all. We appreciate it.
The feedback from the community was quite positive, if you ask me. I'm joined here with some of my friends, and so this is Noura.
Hi.
What's your last name?
Saida.
Noura. That's my middle name.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Simran Saida Ali?
Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you so much for having us. We came last year and we had a really nice time connecting with our Muslim neighbors, and we're just so happy that you could have us again this year. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Sarah Rahman. I got really good feedback. This is my first time here, and I had so much fun. The food was really good. I love Shah's halal. So yeah, 10 out of 10.
Hi, I'm Allison Elfrith. I'm a science teacher at the high school. I felt so honored to be invited. I didn't know what to expect, but I found that I was welcomed. I found that I learned a lot about that it's really not, Ramadan's not really about like a consequence of you can't eat, but rather it's a learning experience where no one seems to be upset about it, but rather they're embracing it because it's a time for growth and learning, and I learned a lot from that. So thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. This was the second year at the Iftar with the school district, the Sinai School District at the masjid, and I have to say, just like last year, amazing Iftar. It's amazing to see the kids doing this from beginning to end, taking charge in our community, and it's great to see actually school board members, teachers, principals, and everybody else coming to this talk. I think it really shows the connection that we have in our community with the school district. The fact that Sinai School District has approved Eid holiday now, and I think that's the kind of things that we need to do more to engage the school officials, elected officials as a community, which in the end benefits our community. So I think it was a great effort by all the community members. Amazing, for the school board and the board of the masjid, the president, all the officers, and our students. So it was amazing.
All right. My name is Ahmad Jatoy. I'm doing a post-match interview of a successful iftar event that we had today. As you can see, everybody is cleaning up right now. We have Azan, my friend, Ibrahim, my friend. But today's event, I think, was even more successful than last year. I am not gonna lie, this was the more better event. You see everybody enjoying, everybody having fun, foods and friends. We have Brother Shuman right here behind the camera helping us out. Everything was good this year. And honestly, I could say, let's just do better next year. I think that's it. Feedback was, first of all,
from your knowledge,
from my knowledge, first of all, food, number one. Everybody loved the butter chicken and the lamb. And, gyro, obviously. If you're not a lamb fan, I'm sorry. It's better than chicken, okay? It might be heated, but it's better than chicken. But everybody liked the butter chicken. Everybody loved the food a lot. The teachers also like the speeches. They get to see their students speak for the first time ever, which is honestly very good and motivational and inspirational, because they're obviously fueling that to show how hard it was for them to survive during Ramadan and how fasting was. So I think honestly that is one of the best things, and just seeing my teachers happy, understanding what I'm going through is just the best feeling ever. It makes my heart feel so wholesome.